Hello people, welcome back to another deck profile. And it's also us still waiting for the Labyrinth pack, which I'm definitely gonna play. Anyway, so let's get into the deck today real quick. And finally, we have a decent rank up game, even though my opponent kind of had custom hand, but their mills weren't that great. We have Nekroz. So this deck, I thought people would know that. Like, back in the day, I crafted this deck, and I thought people all knew what this deck does. But apparently, I'm a boomer. I'm still at like 2014 or something. They are not. They are not reading Nekroz Unicorn, even though its tech is not that long. Not that long. So a lot of times I find it difficult to find replays because they just do dumb stuff. It's one problem with this deck. It's just that you don't get good replays. Like, you rarely get good replays. So it's kind of nature of the deck. It's like Synchron, right? If you want to get replays with Synchron, your opponent has to be like, mentally strong or something. Because once you resolve speeder, they're just gonna scoop. And if they negate your speeder, your field is just gonna be ass, and no one is wanting to watch it. So it's it's one problem. Anyway, our deck today, we have 0 hand trap because I'm not afraid of Maxi, honestly. Branded is like one of the few good matchup that I have. Tier is like horrible because they have Soliak. That's kind of a problem. But Branded is like, yeah, whatever. I can go through Branded going second. Well, unless they have like Maxi backing up with a lot of like Branded beats, beat steal, all that stuff. That's kind of crazy though. Anyway, card by card. We have Diviner of the Herald. This card, surprisingly enough, is like a very good Ash bait, because if they see this normal summon Diviner, they're just gonna Ash it. Because, obviously you don't want to see the Diviner milling Kelbeck or Agido. I don't know why they don't Ash the Kelbeck Agido instead of Ashing this. Maybe they don't want this to become level 6 so you can go to Baron later. That makes sense. But yeah, very good Ash bait. Why is it a bait though? Because we need to summon Unicorn on first turn as always. And our field might not be strong. It's never been strong. It's just Nekroz Unicorn. If you have back row, it's good. If you don't have it, you have to do something about it. So first off, Diviner, very good normal summon. We have Shuret. This can substitute for all the material needed for a resource summon, so that's good. We have the small Dogmatica engine with Dogmatica Ecclesia, 1 Fleur-de-Lis, 1 Maximus, and also 2 Punishment. So Maximus is very interesting against Branded and Tier, because you think that it's bad, right? If they run like freaking Entis, no one run Entis in Tier and Branded these days anyway, so it's not that bad. So with Tier, they have Kid Color in the extra deck, so if you don't have a Unicorn on your field and a way to protect it, do not use Maximus. If you have it already and you have ways to protect it, then yeah, feel free to use Maximus. They're just gonna milk Kid Colors anyway. And if they don't have Kid Color in the extra deck, feel free to do that against Tier. Just use the effect, because aside from Kid Colors, there's nothing they can do to take advantage of this. Because, if you see the Tier extra deck, it's not a lot. We have Garuda, which draws 1 card, I guess. That's not a problem though. We have +2 when they just +1. That's fine. So pay attention to that. And also with Branded, if you play against Branded, if you know it's Branded enemy, it's very hard to tell, but if it's like turn 2 or something, you can use that to dump this, and also Omega to bounce back their Albion. Yeah, their Albion. And the last, they're not going to resolve it if you send this alongside with Herald. So that's good. We have 3 Sphere mode because our going second option is just Sphere mode and evenly matched, because we don't have any hand traps. So we have Clausolet, 2 Clausolas, 3 Unicorn, 3 Brionac, and 1 Trishula. And we have Decisive Armor. I decided to run Decisive Armor instead of Valkyries, because of one particular reason. Valkyries has to activate effect on the attack declaration. That's pretty bad because they can call bite it. So I changed to Decisive Armor because it doesn't do a whole lot compared to Valkyries, which ends the battle phase. But this increase your Unicorn attack by 1000, and that is enough most of the time. Sometimes it's not enough though, but it doesn't get called by because you can time it to activate in the damage calculation so that you can avoid stuff like Call by the Grave. I legit had an opponent reading this card and holding Call by the Grave in the hand. They know I have this card, right? They attack my Unicorn, expecting me to drop this so they can call by, but it's in the damage depth, so they cannot do that. So that is one advantage of Decisive Armor over the Valkyrie. It's also easier to summon with Mirror, I guess. So with the Mirror, we have Kaleidoscope, Mirror, and also one Cycle. 2 Kaleidoscope because it's the most important one. I don't want to run a lot of Mirror because they bricks a lot, and if we run out of Nekroz stuff, we're just gonna have to rely on Dogmatica, and that's not fun to say. We have an extremely powerful spell here, Prep. We have 2 Nadir Servant. That originally, this is why I decided to run back with Nekroz, because we have 2 Nadir Servant now. We also have 2 Storming Mirror Force, 3 Evenly Matched, 2 Dogmatica Punishment, and also 2 Shadow Imprisoning Mirror. In the extra deck, we have 2 Antis, 1 Skull Wagon, because it's level 6. You can summon Bryonak with Kaleidoscope using this, and it's also like a good punishment target, so that's why we're running it. We have Ash Dragon for the punishment, and also for the Nadir Servant. We have 3 copies of Arclight, has normal, this is punishment target, Wind Pegasus or Nadir Servant. We have Omega, Maroon, because sometimes he goes into it. We have Almirash, which is actually a very important extra deck monster, because if you normal summon this, you would want to link into Almirash immediately. Because if you draw Ecclesia, you just want to go into an extra deck monster, and then with that, even if you normal summon ready, you can still summon this on the first turn. And this also dodge the Unicorn Negate effect, so it can protect this from destruction. Sometimes we run like Lightning Storm and Raigeki. It's weird like that. We have Area and also Celine for the Access Code line, and finally we have the Underworld Goddess of the Close World. So the way you play this deck is summon Unicorn first turn. If you have the way to protect it with Storming and also Punishment already, then you gonna add the Bryonak for the follow-up on the next turn if you send the Arclight to the graveyard by Kaleidoscope. If you don't have any, I guess you have to add Decisive Armor, because 2300 is not a lot, so you can get through that. They can get through that pretty easily. If they maxi, they draw 1 card, it's fine. If you normal this, you immediately link into Amirash, because they don't expect you to link Amirash into Diviner at all. So normally they just draw 1 card off the maxi, and that's good enough for me to not run Ash. But Ash is like a very good card against Branded, but I'm like, whatever, Branded is like one of the few stuff I can stop, yes. So yeah, that's the deck. Master 5, right? We're still waiting for Labyrinth to do fun stuff. Probably the last time I do fun stuff with Labyrinth. It's gonna become meta. It's kind of sad. Anyway, yeah, enjoy the replays. I'll see you next time. Bye.
You've been lost and alone in the city of lights. I know. Getting high, feeling low, and it's out of your control. You should know that I won't leave you. I'll stay beside you. I'm never letting you go. You've been lost and alone in the city of lights. I know, but I will guide you home. But I will guide you home. But I will guide you home. Fight your battles, always by yourself. In the shadows, hear you cry for help. No matter the distance, I will always be there. No more inhibitions, I'll show you I care. You've been lying.